I was just in a fucking car accident. And you guys won't believe how it happened and what happened to my car and what happened to me. But more on that after we roll the intro.
I am a leader, you shouldn't follow. Hard to keep up with the wild desperado. Taking curves at 80 mile an hour plus. Engine block scraping, making asphalt. Metallic horse gallop in a hillside. Bicycle from the tree, shaking as we all.
Alright, y'all. So, in case you've been living under a rock and don't follow me on social media, I was in a car accident. But before we go any further, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button because we're currently at 963 subscribers, 37 away from 1,000. So help me reach my goal of hitting 1,000 subscribers by summertime. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, click the bell to stay notified. And also, if you're at home and you partake in smokeless tobacco, you got one with you, as good old Ken Dog from Redneck TV says, pack one with me, y'all. And today we're going to be doing Grizzly Wintergreen to, hold on. Camera likes to focus on my face. There you go, Grizzly Wintergreen. So we're going to be doing Grizzly Wintergreen. This is the usual for me. If you guys want me to do anything different, let me know in the comments below. Alright, let's get down to business, y'all. So, holy shit. Sorry, guys. I'm just getting over a fucking chest cold. So, if I coughed during the video, that's why. So, about 2 weeks ago, I was in a car accident. And I was on my way to work. So, I got up, left the house about 10 minutes earlier than I normally do because I wanted to get to work a little earlier because, well, where I work at, we got a small parking spot. Not enough parking to fit everyone that works there. So, I like to get to work early so I can actually get a good parking spot. I can park close. I don't have to walk that far. So, I left about 10 minutes early. Well, I work on a military base. I get to the gate and, well, realize I forgot my ID card. So, I had to flip a U-turn, head home. Now, mind you, it is a 30-minute drive there and a 30-minute drive back. So, that's an hour right there that I wasted. I get home. I'm kind of frantically and anxiously looking for my ID card. Looked in my room, looked all over the house, looked in my car, didn't find it. So I was about to call my boss and let him know, hey, I can't be making it work because I can't find my ID card unless you can sign me on base. Well, I went to grab my phone, and guess what was stuck to my phone? My ID card. After feeling like a complete idiot, I get in my car and I drive back to work. I get behind the Chevy pickup, 2004 Chevy Silverado. It was like maroonish, purplish color. Had one of those water tanks in the bed, and it had a tow hitch. One of those towing balls, you know. And I got behind it, and in front of it was a Ford F450 dually. Now, the dually, for whatever reason, slowed down. I don't know why. He started to slow down. Truck started to slow down. So I was like, all right, dually's probably going to turn. So I let off the gas. Less than maybe 5 seconds later, the dually comes to a complete stop. The Chevy comes to a complete stop. I'm like, holy fuck. Okay, so I hit my brakes. When I hit my brakes, I had hit a patch of ice. And my car wouldn't stop. And I went in back of the car, or back of the Chevy pickup, going about 45 miles an hour. And crunched my hood, ripped off my bumper. His back bumper was on my hood of my car, and my airbags deployed. My face hit the steering wheel, and my phone was in the passenger seat and flew and hit the glove box. Surprisingly, the passenger side airbags didn't deploy, and my phone didn't break. Which is surprising because I still don't got a case on my phone. So I sit there and I'm in shock, kind of trying to figure out what the fuck just happened. I'm trying to make sure I'm not hurt. And I see the guy get out, and he gets out and he kind of looks upset. I'm like, oh shit, oh God. he's gonna yell at me, and there's a good chance a fight might break out. So I get out, and I just start crying. As soon as I get out of the car and I see the hood, I see what the front of the car looks like, I start crying instantly. Dude comes up to me. He's very apologetic. He's very chill. He keeps apologizing, telling me it was his fault. He should have pulled to the shoulder instead of stopping right in the middle of the road. And he calls the police. I end up calling my dad because that's what I do. Anytime something bad happens, I call my dad for anything. So I'm on the phone with him, and he answered. He's driving. My mom actually answers the phone. She's like, "What do you want? What do you want, Cody?" And I'm like, "I was in a car accident," and I just start bawling. And I kept telling them, I'm sorry I wrecked my car. I'm sorry I wrecked my car. I'm sorry I wrecked my car. Both my parents said, "It's okay. Are you all right?" And I'm like, "Yes." And they both told me that that's all that matters. We can replace the car. You can get you a new car, but we can't replace you. So after I get off the phone with them, the police finally come after like 30 minutes while I'm on the phone with the tow truck driver, and I end up calling the wrong company. I called, because I live here in Fairbanks, I called a company way out in Anchorage, which is about 400 miles south. And the guy that answered, I don't know what kind, he was not from the United States. It sounded like a cross between a Indian accent and like a Southeast Asian accent, like together. And it was very hard to understand him. He couldn't understand me. So I just hung up. And I ended up calling a local tow company here in Fairbanks. They came out, got my car, went to give him my card to pay for the towing, and my card declined. Come to find out my card was expired. So luckily one of my dad's buddies was there to give me a ride home, and he ended up paying to get my car towed. So they towed my car, and he gives me a ride home. And then I call the insurance. I can file a claim, and physically, I didn't have any injuries right then and there. The only thing I kind of had was like a slight headache the next morning, and it lasted the entire day. And during all this, I'm house sitting and dog sitting for my parents. So my parents were out in Florida visiting my sister and her husband to celebrate their anniversary together. So I was house sitting and dog sitting for my parents. And so I just take the rest of the time that they're gone off and just kind of chilled there at the house. Mentally, it kind of fucked me over mentally for a while. I couldn't sleep for like 4 days after that. I kept tossing and turning, waking up, having dreams about the accident. There's a few nights where I would wake up crying, and it was terrible. All my phone kept blowing up. My friends and stuff kept blowing my phone up because my best friend, Ethan, his mother was on her way to work, and she actually came up on the accident like maybe 5 minutes after it happened, and she told me she'd let Ethan know for me. And then 10 minutes later, while I'm talking to the trooper, my phone just keeps ringing and ringing and ringing and ringing. I had like 9 missed calls from Ethan, 10 text messages from him. He tried to FaceTime me, he tried to call me, he tried to call me on Messenger, he tried to call me on Snapchat, he sent me a bunch of snaps, a bunch of messages on Messenger. He blew my phone up. Finally, I get home, I end up calling him back, let him know that, hey, I'm alive, I'm good. And what's going to happen next? Well, we're still waiting on the insurance. They did send an offer in for the car, $3,700. My dad and I both kind of think we could get a little bit more out of it, anywhere between $4,000 and $4,500 for it. I know they're not going to give me the full $5,000, but I mean, I would take $4,000 or $4,500 for it. Now, as to what I'm going to drive next, I have two options. I'm going to either get a Ford F-150 or a Nissan Frontier. And the reason I went with those two trucks is the Nissan Frontier is, just as reliable as the Tacoma, but they're a lot cheaper than the Tacoma. And surprisingly, and to a lot of people's surprise, there is a huge aftermarket support for them. And the F-150, well, I've had a family history with the F-150. My dad's owned a lot of F-150s over the years. I had an F-150 way back in the day. It was actually the vehicle I had before the Focus. I didn't have it that long because when I bought it, I tried to get it on my parents' insurance without notifying them about it. Total dumbass move by me, because at the time when I got it, I was 21 years old, and did a boneheaded move. Well, I ended up having the truck back to the guy that I bought it from, sold it back to him for $500 less than what I bought it from him for. Life lesson learned right there. So once I get the insurance money, I'm gonna start looking in Anchorage, and if I got to go to Seattle, I'll go to Seattle as well and look for a used F-150 or a used Frontier. Now, as for the car, I bought it November 3rd, 2020, and I bought it for $5,000. The original asking price was $7,500. The reason why we got it dropped down to $5,000 was the day I went to go test drive it, it didn't start. So, because it had been sit for about 3 weeks and it was like -20, so the battery was dead, needed a new battery. So the original owner, he felt bad, so he ended up buying a new battery, and he knocked $2,500 off the price. And the car was low mileage. When I bought it, it had 79,000 miles on it, which is very low for a car that's 10 years old. The day of the accident, it had 129,000 miles on it. Had just hit 129,000. So I put about 50,000 miles on it in about 5 years. And that, as you guys seen, that car, the channel kind of built itself around the car. I have a lot of videos about the car, and I filmed a lot of videos in the car. It definitely breaks my heart because I had to go back like 3 or 4 days later to get all my stuff out of it before Copart came and picked it up. So I had to grab my toolbox and all my other stuff. I couldn't open the trunk because they took the battery out. So I had to get into the back seat, pull the back seat down because it folded flat, crawl into the trunk that way, and pull my stuff out that way. And I also took a piece of the bumper. Give me 1 sec. I took a piece of the bumper as kind of a way to remember the car. Because as you guys know, that car was pretty much my whole world. I love that car. I posted it all over my Facebook, all over my Instagram. Made a lot of posts about it. Literally my entire world revolved around that car. Seeing it there like that and the coolant leaking out was almost, felt like watching one of your best friends slowly die. And nothing you can really do about it. It really broke me. I'm still, 2 weeks later, I'm still shooken up from it. Figured I'd get on here, let you guys know about the accident and what happened. And I'll have more updates as I get updates with the insurance and updates with me getting a vehicle. I will be sure to let you guys know. But hope you guys have a great evening. I'm going to go get this video edited and uploaded. And yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Peace. Also, if you made it this far in the video, comment below Ford Focus. But anyways, hope you guys have a great evening. I'll catch you all later. Peace.